So what do you do when it feels like everyone secretly hates you? I'm someone with a lot of perspective on this because at many different points of my life, I've had this question. The people who I call my friends, who I spend my time with, who I value, do they really value me back? Do they want me around, or are they just kind of tolerating me being there? Because that's how I felt for a long time, particularly in school. Like, I always got the feeling like I wasn't one of the main members of the friend group. Like, I was kind of just like a side character. Like, I was always a little bit expendable. They didn't really care if I was there or not. They'd be having their conversations, making jokes, and I'd just be kind of on the edge of the conversations. I'd be like the guy laughing in the background but not really taking part. And when I would try to, contribute, oftentimes I would either just get ignored or, they'd make fun of me. And that was always the toughest part, because it's like, one-on-one, these guys, like playing video games after school, if it wasn't just like the big group, like the whole group, and it was me like one-on-one or with another couple of these guys, we'd have such a good time and we'd laugh and, like it'd feel like, this is what friendships are supposed to be. But when it's the whole group there, when there's other people, they could be proper fucking evil to me. Like, they were just using me as comedic relief. I'm the guy there who they can just take the piss out of. And at the time, I kind of tolerated that bad behavior because, I didn't really have any options. In school, I kind of just wanted like a group, like protection in a way. Because for a little while in school, I had no friends. And for me, that was like worse than death. In school, that makes you more of a target when you don't have people. And I felt like for a while, no matter what I did, like this kind of happened at university as well. No matter what I did, I always just kind of ended up like the bottom of the hierarchy in the friendship group. Like, people were more than happy to like go and do things without me, and they conveniently like forget to invite me to things. And it just kind of makes me, I'm older now, and I'm more like selective over who I choose to spend time with. Because when you leave school, you're not like obliged to spend time with anyone. So the people who've stuck around, like, I know they're truly my friends. I'm pretty confident in that. But it has kind of left me just like questioning people's intentions when I meet new people. Like, I'm quite mistrustful. And that affects me in like a lot of different ways. Like for instance, this week I was at like a networking event for work. And I struggled because as much as I'm trying to get out there and talk to new people, when I don't feel like that same effort is being reciprocated, like there were a few times I ended up kind of just, it felt like I was kind of being ignored. Like, I'm not like fully entitled to anyone's attention. It felt like I was being ignored and like not really included in the conversations. And I started to like, something interesting happened to me. Like, I noticed I do this. I started to like kind of like make up stories about them in my mind. Like, this person is shallow, they're a fake person, they're a bad person. And I kind of interpreted that as like, this is me trying to protect myself. This is almost like me rejecting them, because on some level, I feel rejected. They're not giving me the attention I think I deserve. So I assume, they're a bad person. And it's all just this way of like protecting myself from like feeling the harm that I felt before. So it's still affecting me nowadays, like questioning whether people like actually want me around. It's affected my relationships, my friendships. So how do you kind of navigate this? Because I feel like I'm getting there. It's still like a bit of a problem, but it's improving. The first thing I'd say is just accept the fact that you're never truly going to know what people are thinking of you. Like, I've got close friends, and I feel pretty confident that they value me, they want me around. But with the average person, you're never really going to know what they're thinking of you. You know, I'm not going to coddle you. You might have clicked on this video thinking I'm going to tell you like, you know, they probably do like you. You know, like, you know, maybe they just have a funny way showing that. Some people are not going to like you. Some people are just haters. And you can put in as much effort as you want. You can give them everything. And they're still not going to value you. That's kind of the nature of relationships in general. Not everyone is going to like you. But for me, I don't look at that as like, I don't necessarily look at that as like a negative. Like, what have I written down here? There are some people out there, like you think they're, you know, they could be treating you so well. Like you could like really look at this person as a friend, but behind your back, they're your biggest hater. That's just kind of how it is. There's also some people out there who might be like, they might have quite a cold demeanor, but they don't necessarily have any bad feelings to you. That's just kind of who they are. So what we need to do is like, we need to just like almost not change our approach. We need to look at these situations as like neutral. So what do I mean by this? This is something I've had trouble with. Because of the things that have happened to me in the past, like not feeling valued by my friend groups and tolerating certain things that I shouldn't have tolerated. I have like almost like a negativity bias now. Like this is all to do with the nervous system. Think about like our thinking brain, it stores memories. Yeah. Our nervous system also stores memories, but it stores like memories of emotions. Your nervous system is the thing in our body that like, you know, it's like fight or flight. It's there to like scan our environments for like threats and dangers. It's designed to like protect you from harm. And it remembers times where you felt emotional pain. Times when you didn't feel valued by those people you considered your friends, where they ridiculed you and mocked you. And it stores up those memories. And ultimately, like, the nervous system is trying to stop you from feeling that pain again. So actually, it kind of makes sense that in these kind of socially ambiguous environments, when I'm meeting new people for the first time, like at this networking event, if I'm not getting like the right kind of feedback, if it feels like I'm not immediately clicking with these people, it's kind of normal that I would like start to look to the past as a way of like explaining what's going on. Like, these people are fake, you know, they're not very nice. When actually, like, I don't know that. I don't know these people well enough. You know, they might be fake. Equally, they might be good people. And we just haven't found that like thing we can really connect over. But your nervous system kind of looks to the past as a way of trying to predict the future, as a way of like taking control over the situation. We use the past as a way of like making sense of the future and the things that we're experiencing. But really for me, it makes me interpret things which don't have any meaning as meaningful, specifically like having a negative meaning. So really the best we can do is just like pick up on those patterns. You know, when we think actually, you know, this current experience, I'm not feeling great about it, but it's being tainted by like some emotional memory that I have. You know, getting betrayed by my old friends or being treated poorly by them. And that's like clouding my perception of what's going on now. The best thing we can do is separate those past experiences from what's in front of us. And honestly, just having like that awareness, just like being able to say to yourself, okay, this might be happening. I might be like looking at this with like a certain level of bias because I don't actually have all the facts here. I don't know for sure whether this person likes me or not. They might not, but I don't have to like assume that they hate me. Because the thing is, and this is really important, this negativity bias that I've had, I've already told you, like, it makes me judge people before they can judge me. It makes me emotionally detach and almost like pull back from these conversations that I have with people, because I'm like starting to think deep down that they hate me. So what is that doing? It's making my like internal reality external. I'm changing like what's happening in the external world because of how I feel internally. Me pulling back, that's going to affect my relationship with the other person, and they might start to think certain things about me, like, oh, he's unfriendly, oh, he doesn't want to speak. That's when this like negative worldview can really actually start like making things worse in the physical world, So we need to just look at these things as neutral, recognize that we can't predict the future. We can't necessarily control what people think of us. All we can do is just keep trying, Sounds like an overly simplistic explanation, but if I was at that networking event and I like really got in my head, I did get a little bit in my head, but it didn't stop me from like speaking to people and like actually making an effort. Just recognizing that there is this part of me that kind of, it's almost like self-sabotaging, like it's going to stop me from making new friends, but that's all based on like negative experiences. Like, okay, at the end of the day, as long as we're aware of our old patterns, we can treat things as neutral, but we can also like look at people's actions. Like looking back to my old friend groups is pretty easy to like know when, I shouldn't have put up with certain things, and, maybe whether they hate me or not, they might like me, but they were not treating me in the right way. So it's like not worth sticking around for. Yeah, that's what I've got to say. Hope you enjoyed.